Hello, it's Maureen Muldoon with A Course in Miracles, and today is Lesson 14, God Did Not Create a Meaningless World. And it's from A Course in Miracles. This is the book, A Course in Miracles. This is my book, and I am what it says I am. And what it says I am and what it says we all are is that we are innocent children of God, that we are innocent, and that you are innocent. And this book helps us to retrain our minds to remember our innocence and to remember our brother's innocence. So we talk about how God did not create this meaningless world. This is kind of a tough lesson, because we think, oh no, this is real, this divorce, this death, this earthquake, this that this is real, and we want to also blame God for it. But this is all an illusion. And we sit in the middle of this illusion, and we can see through the illusion if we really are determined to. And we can let go of these little broken places and see beyond this to the beauty that God did create. So in the face of all these broken illusions and devastations and crucifixions, beyond all of that, we can actually see what God did create, which is love. That's all God can create, because it comes from God, and God is only love. And so it can't create something outside of itself. God did not create a meaningless world. The idea for today is, of course, the reason why a meaningless world is impossible. God did not create it. What God did not create, does not exist. So God creates only love. Anything outside of love, God didn't create. It's an illusion. And everything that does create, creates as God created it. The world you see has nothing to do with reality. It is your own making, and it does not exist. The exercises for today are to be practiced with eyes closed throughout. The mind-searching period should be short, a minute or so at most. Do not have more than 3 practice periods with today's idea until you feel unless you find them comfortable. So again, we're giving 3 minutes of our day to this practice, 1 minute at a time, closing our eyes and remembering the idea that God did not create a meaningless world. And then it instructs us, to do a couple more things. Okay, it says, the idea for today is another step in learning to let go of the thoughts that you have written on the world and see the world of God in their place. The early steps in this exchange, which can truly be called salvation, can be quite difficult and even quite painful. Some of them will lead you directly into fear. You will not be left there. You will go far beyond it. Our direction is towards perfect safety and perfect peace. So, with eyes closed, think of all the horrors in the world that cross your mind and name each one as it occurs to you, and then deny its reality. God did not create it, and so it is not real. Say, for example, God did not create war, and so it is not real. God did not create this plane crash, and so it is not real. God did not create this disaster, and so it is not real. Suitable subjects for the application of today's idea also include anything you are afraid might happen to you or to anyone else about whom you are concerned. In each case, name the disaster quite specifically. Do not use general terms. For example, do not say God did not create illness, but God did not create cancer or heart attack or whatever may arouse fear in you. This is your own personal repertoire of horrors at which you are looking. These things are part of the world you see. Some of them are shared illusions, and others are part of the personal hell. Others are part of your personal hell. It does not matter. What God did not create can only be in your own mind apart from His. Therefore, it has no meaning. In recognition of this fact, conclude the practice period by repeating today's idea. God did not create a meaningless world. The idea for today can, of course, be applied to anything that disturbs you during the day. Aside from the practice periods, be very specific in applying it, saying, God did not create a meaningless world. He did not create, and then specify the situation which disturbs you. And so it is not real. So this is the practice period that we're being asked to do today. And there's another portion of the book that I just wanted to read. and it's in a section called The Two Emotions. And it says, I have said that you have but two emotions, love and fear. One is changeless, but continuously exchanged, being offered by the eternal to the eternal. In this exchange it is extended, for it is increased as it is given. So this is love. Love is exchanged and exchanged and exchanged, and every time it is exchanged, it's extended and it's empowered and it's strengthened. And yet the other has many forms, for the content of the individual illusions differ greatly. So the other one is fear. Fear can come in so many different flavors and masks, and so we all have our own personal repertoire of fear. It says they are, yet they have one thing in common. They are all insane. They are not real. They're insane. They're ramblings of a madman. They make up a private world that cannot be shared, for they are meaningful only to their maker, and so they have no meaning at all. In this world their maker moves alone, for only he perceives them. In this world their maker moves alone, for only he can perceive them. So it's basically saying to us that, again, we know there's only love or fear, and that our own personal repertoire of fear are ours alone. And they are actually thoughts that we think separately from God. And we don't want to think any thoughts separate from God. We want to be in tune with God. Hey, I'm getting pretty good at it, huh? Working on it. Getting a little bit better every day.
It's not that unusual when everything is beautiful. It's just another